Deputy Speaker of the Gambia's National Assembly, nominated to Parliament by President Barrow. He's also the Deputy Spokesperson of Barrow's National People's Party and joins me this morning to discuss goings-on in the party as well as react to some of the things out there in the public domain about his party leader. Thanks for being on Coffee Time today, Honorable Njie.
Thank you.
Okay, it sounds like a dodgy line. What's the latest you can share about the NPP's candidate selection for the most contentious local government elections in the country's history?
Yeah, I'm very much. We've already concluded selections of councillors for all the work in the country with our partners, and hopefully in coming days we will also conclude on the elections of mayors and chairpersons of the country. So with preparation on marriage yet or nominations of our workers who have already been elected and for campaign.
I hope you are not struggling with your health, i.e. you have a cold, that is bothering you. But please just bear with us. I mean, it's very important to get your thoughts on, the selection process, naturally, as the, deputy spokesman, and also other issues, surrounding the president, whom you always are eager to defend fiercely. So just try to raise your voice for us, Honorable Njie.
Maybe it's the line.
Maybe it's the line. Okay, well, I hope that things will get better as we go on. So why are you keeping your cards so close to your chest, so to speak, the NPP, in terms of who is going to stand as mayor or chairperson for you in the various municipalities, bar Kanifing, because Bakari Jaju has come out already to say he's going to be the NPP candidate. So why is it such a closely kept secret? Who is going to stand for the NPP in Brikama, for instance? Janjangure, Kuntawur, is it Esau, and also Banjul?
No, we are still on our internal democracy. We are the ruling party, and a lot of people have applied. We are ongoing processes before we come up with our plan. Applications have been submitted by various interested parties passing to provide positions of mayors in KM, Banjul, and then chairmans in the case of the Kamaya Kapul, Kuntaur, Pansakoko, Passe, and Jantamburit React. So we are working through the processes of looking into their applications as well as processes involving our officials on the ground to finally getting the people's joy. So in about a week or so or less, we will be able to come up with candidates in all these areas. And as indicated, the PM is Bakari Baji and Bakari Jaju.
Sorry, Bakari Baji. I should know that, shouldn't I? Okay, but the longer you wait, the more nervous some people. For instance, we have GTA coming out in the papers this morning, the Standard to be precise, warning your party, as the paper has it, against ignoring people's choice in West Coast. Clearly, he's feeling nervous about the ultimate NPP decision in Brikama, at least.
No, the election for chairman and mayor will be May 28th. We still have time to go, but as a party, we deem it necessary to follow internal democracy. And indeed, we are not been bogged by some other speculation. We are doing what we think is the right thing. Ultimately, a candidate will come out, and it's the responsibility of all applicants to rally behind whosoever is elected, because anyone who wish to be selected would want all of them to rally behind him or her so that we will deliver that area for the NPP. So I want to appeal for not only videos, but all applicants to be patient with us and also to assure them that the party will do through internal democracy and that whosoever is selected, let all of us rally behind the National People's Party and to deliver the seat to the president.
Apart from Njie, well, okay, maybe you wouldn't want to say who. How many other applicants are looking for the NPP's nomination as their candidate for the chairmanship election there in Brikama?
We have applicants.
You have how many?
9 applicants.
9 applicants. In Banjul, how many applicants do you have?
In Banjul, we have, we have only 1.
Ah, so that's automatic. That's Ibufai?
Yeah.
What about in Janjanbureh?
I think most of the areas we have 8. We have 8 in Same, I think 8 in Njambure, 8 in Konko, and we have 10 in, we have 10 in Konko, 8 in Kara. Yes.
10 in Mansakonko, so that's where you have the stiffest competition.
They are all stiff. They are all stiff. I say every other applicant would want to be named as the.
And why do you think so many people want to be chairman in Mansakonko? And are these all people residing in Mansakonko, or are they, based here in the greater Banjul area, but come from that area, the CRR?
Not only in Mansakonko is in Lower River region.
Oh, Lower River region, LRR, I should
say. Not only in Mansakonko, but all the regions, because primarily the reason why the applicants are many, because they knew very well if you want to win, if you want to be chairman of all those councils, you have to apply to the National People's Party, because looking at situations on the ground, grassroots, political situations, they are so that if you want to be chairman of those councils or mayors, you have to go to the National People's Party. It's competitive, it's the ruling party, and the choice of the people. So we, as a party, we are happy that people are coming out and to join the democracy, the process for selection.
Every time you speak, you are confident that the NPP will sweep the polls. I mean, this is a party that is just 3 years old, and it was helped into power by a coalition of other parties. Why do you think that for anybody to make it in an election in this country, their chances are greater as an MPP member?
Yes, because we all know the NPP enjoys the biggest support in the country, supporters and membership. And for you,
the NPP alone versus the UDP, you think it can beat the UDP, minus the other support the NPP, has got from the other parties, APRC, for instance, NRP, undoubtedly?
If that is the case, indeed. But in this instance, NPP is into an alliance with our partner parties. We have a grand...
So only in alliance with other parties is the NPP stronger than the UDP?
No, not necessarily. I said even without those partner parties, we are stronger than the UDP. But in this instance, we are in partnership with our reliable and partners that will definitely give any other party that may want to challenge us to be sitting victory.
Okay. The NPP was severely criticized for intervening in an issue that, in the eyes of the critics, did not directly involve them. And of course, that is when you and your colleagues came out and addressed that press conference responding to the setting up of a commission of inquiry by central government to look into the management of local councils. Do you regret holding that press conference?
It's of public interest, and it was made in a political rally by a political party and by a political party leader. So we have no regret, and we've made the record straight, and our position that as a party and as a country and as people, that if we are talking about corruption, if we believe we are not corrupt, and if we believe there is no financial mismanagement, and if we believe there is no maladministrations, and if we believe there is no corruption, why are we scared of commissions of inquiry, which, of course, its objective is to unravel all those allegations? If you think we are clean, there is nothing to hide, there is no corruption, why oppose the commissions of inquiry? Why can't we ask our people and ask Gambians and ask our employees in those various councils to come out and cooperate with the commissions of inquiry as established by law and also in accordance with 1997 Constitution, to show to the whole world and to all Gambians that indeed there is no corruption, there is no maladministration, there is no financial malpractice, there is no abuse of office, there is no irregularity. So that's our position, and that's the position of people who believe in fighting corruption. And of course, that's the position of every genuine Gambian.
Mm-hmm. There are some people who believe in corruption being fought, with all means available to central government. But their problem is the timing. So why does the NPP have a problem with the commission being deferred, postponed until after the election, so that the election is seen to be fought on a level playing field?
No, the timing is indeed right, because, it's at a time when there are a lot of allegations and accusations against this council by, of course, residents of various municipalities, and as well as auditors who, we've also seen sign of serious irregularities in terms of finances, in terms of administrations that are unraveled by not only the Finance and Public Account Committee of the National Assembly, but also by auditors. And therefore, and people also, of course, wrote to the Ministry of Local Government from various councils alleging maladministrations and financial misappropriations, So because of that, government cannot wait to say, okay, elections is coming next month or 2 months or 3 months' time. We have to allow them, give them the opportunity to go through, and after elections we establish these commissions. No. In fact, the Commission of Inquiry, if what they are alleging, incorruptible people, they are not corrupt, could in fact help them. They should celebrate the commissions of inquiry to say that in fact this is the right time for us to go through the public hearing of the commission for our electorate in our various municipalities and councils, for them to know that there is nothing to hide and there is no corruption, there is no maladministration, there is no irregularities, there is no mismanagement of public funds.
Mm. In all fairness, Seedy, there was a bigger outcry at, the case of Secure Report, Gambia Ports Authority, and we're reading in the papers today that the auditor also has discovered that there's more than $600 million, spent in a space of 3 years. Those are bigger issues in the eyes of many Gambians than, the corruption. And I do agree that there is corruption right across the various councils. But why should that be prioritized if it's not being politicized?
I've not read that story, but $600 million is spent over 3 years. Even $1 billion or $600 million can be spent in 3 years, depending on where, how, and when, and why that money is spent. Unfortunately, I have not read the story, so it's news to me. I cannot go further on that. But spending money can be very lawful, legal, and can be very transparent.
Absolutely.
Can be spent in accordance.
I agree. I agree. I was just citing, an issue that has come up in the papers. But what about Secure Report and GPA?
I have not read I have not seen the papers on the security reports or on the
Seedy, you haven't? You don't have to see the papers. I mean, it's been talked about all over the place.
No, you know.
Or is it because you carry a diplomatic passport? So, no. I mean, it hasn't affected you in any way?
No, Uncle Peter.
Yes?
No. Even at the airport, my family and I, if I'm using I pay. When I travel outside, for instance, I was coming from DRC, I paid about $3,000 and other areas. But what I'm saying,
for who and who?
For myself.
3,000?
On an official mission.
No, we're talking about the security.
I mean, in DRC, I am not privy to what you're talking about because I have not read those reports or the newspaper that you're talking about. I wish you would inform me in advance that we were going to talk about that issue. Then I would have.
Okay. Well, read up on it, and we can talk about it next Tuesday. We can talk about it even Thursday or Friday. So do read up about it because we depend on you people. You are the lawmakers in this country, and the majority of Gambians are saying the deal with secure report, should be stopped. But maybe just finally, because you seem to be struggling with your voice this morning, the recent forceful return of the CEO of KMC has been described by council, as the mayor himself, as a coup d'etat. Now, if people are being tried for attempting, just for a coup plot, I mean, somebody carrying out a coup d'etat should appear before the law courts. Do you think that some of those people behind this, and they would naturally involve supporters of the president, should be dragged before the courts, should be tried for daring to stage a coup d'etat?
That's the joke of the 21st century. That's the joke of the millennium. We all know what happened, and there was the Supreme Court judgment into that. There was the judgment into that effect that the councils, the mayor and his council or authority, whatever he called them, do not have the authority or legal backing to sack her or to suspend her or to deny her entry. And the very people, their very own party, Mr. Bensouda's party, celebrating when it is in their favor judgment of the Supreme Court and vilifying president and claiming falsely that the president and his government do not or don't want to respect the decision of the Supreme Court. So if they believe in law, if they believe in democracy, if they believe in due process, and they believe in the decision of the Supreme Court, they should not have gotten to that place, and they should have allowed her, as indicated by the Supreme Court, to perform her functions without any harassment, without any obstruction. They are obstructing lawful order and lawful authority, and that the appointing authority for Chief Executive Officer, Deputy Chief Executive Officer, and some of those staff is the Public Service Commissions and, of course, the Ministry of Lands of Regional Government through the Public Service Commissions. And to that effect, they have instructed her to return to office until all those who are alleged to have done one thing or the other appear before the commissions of inquiry. So that, of course, it will be a public hearing for everyone to see. As pundits and proponent of democracy, proponent of rule of law, proponent of due process, he was expected, him and his council and his authority, to make the office of the CEO available in accordance with law and in accordance with due process and in accordance with decorum. So it's unfortunate that he is ranting and running helter-skelter, shouting, talking about coup d'etat, talking about unnecessary things, and the honest and the best thing to do would have been to avail her the opportunity and to avail all of them, himself and others, to whatever process that government want to do in order to clear his names and that of his council.
Seedy, just finally, people say the NPP wants to win by hook or by crook Banjul, in Kanifing, and in Brikama. Why are these three municipalities so important to the NPP?
For us as a party, we are interested and we are, inshallah, going to be in all the schools, the KMC, BCC, West Coast, Brikama, Karawan, Mansakonko, and Kuntaur and Jajambure, because the people are committed to delivering a befitting victory for the National People's Party and our grand coalition partners comes April 15 and also May 20, respectively.
But certainly you would have priorities. I mean, the president has openly lamented the fact that, I mean, he hasn't won a single parliamentary seat, you know, I mean, in Banjul, for instance, and the greater Banjul area generally, he's done so poorly, and that pains him. He has openly, you know, stated that. So he prioritized this area over everywhere else he has won. So you must have priorities also for the local council elections. You can't tell me that you don't prize Banjul and Kanifing even above Brikama, where the current chairman only defected from another party to your party.
I can assure you, as a party, every vote counts and matters. Every seat of every ward and every chairman or mayor in this country matters to us, and we are taking every election serious, and we are taking every vote serious, and we are taking our party and partner parties very serious, and we will win all these seats, inshallah.
The sort of answer you should expect from a seasoned politician like Seedy Njie. Seedy, thank you very much for your time this morning.
Thank you.
That's the Deputy Speaker. Honorable Seedy Njie, Deputy Spokesman also of the National People's Party. We've never spoken to somebody on as poor a line as his this morning. Bring our time to 7 minutes past 9 o'clock.